Hello guys, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. This is Brian's News Alert. I am your host, Brian. And today we'll be talking about news all around wrestling and announcements and much more. The big story, WWE 2K22 has been officially announced and there are different versions and a PS5 release that I will be talking about here. Also, we have news in the sports world as the Sixers are trying to keep Ben Simmons and try to trade for James Harden, but is it really going to work? I'll tell you why it's not going to work. And also, in other news in AEW Beach Break is coming up, and I will be talking about predictions and what I think is going to happen at Beach Break. And much, much more. Let's get right to the news. Let's get right to our top story for today. About a week ago, WWE finally announced their WWE 2K22 plans, and we finally have a release date and some more news. So, let's get to it. So first of all, we're going to talk about the cover athlete, and like the leak said, the leak basically got it dead on. Except the cover. The cover was incorrect. But everything else was correct. Rey Mysterio is officially the cover. Now, a lot of people are hating on this cover. I actually really like the cover. Now, here's the thing about it. I know a lot of people like Rey Mysterio is not as active as some of the superstars. And I get that. I get Drew or Roman or Sasha or someone like that. But a lot of people hating on Rey. I don't know why people are hating on Rey so much. You know, even my casual friends were like, why is this N-word on our screen? I'm like, bruh, don't hate on Rey Mysterio. He's a fucking legend. Like, come on, bro. He's the perfect guy for the cover. So, for all y'all hating on Rey Mysterio, y'all bugging. Y'all absolutely bugging. Anyway. So, but that's their opinions. I don't want to get involved. Moving on. So, the different versions we have. So, we'll run over the consoles real quick. So, the consoles they have are PS5. Oh, sorry, no, I should start last gen. Sorry, let me do it again. So the consoles they have for the games are this. So they have Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series S, PS5, PC. Obviously no Switch version because we tried that and that didn't go well. But you could see they're giving us a PS5 version. And that was a big talked about story that everyone's like, are we going to even get a next-gen version? Are we going to have to wait a month? Are we going to have to wait later on and have a 2K15 situation where we had to wait a month and a half to get the PS5 or PlayStation 4 version, I'd say, for it to come out, the next-gen version? But no, right at launch, a PS5 version, which it was actually true because there was a listing that did get posted. If you want to pre-order it, you can go pre-order now. The normal edition PS4 version is $60. The cross-gen bundle is $69.99, which is both PS4 and PS5. The deluxe edition is, I believe, like $80, I think. And then finally, the NWO version, which is the big one for both PS4 and PS5, is, I think, like $120 something. It's like the lot, but you get a lot for it. You get not only the NWO Pack, you get all the DLC for Season Pass that are going to be 5 DLCs and out of 5 months. That's a lot of content. You will also get a few other goodies for the NWO. No physical version though. There was no physical announcement. There might be a physical announcement, but it seems like there's no physical version out, which is kind of a bummer because usually WWE drops a mega physical version. If there is an announcement one, we will bring it to you here. Now, on to the things you get for each version. So the first version, the only thing you get is the pre-order release date. You'll get it a couple days earlier. You will get it on March 8th. Then you have the deluxe version. You'll get it even earlier. Actually, no, you'll also get it on March 8th, but it comes with the Season Pass, which has a DLC. And you also get a special Rey Mysterio pack for only next gen. So current gen does not have this Rey Mysterio, which is the Starcade 96 pack, which is the old school Rey Mysterio from WCW because NWO tribute, etc. Then you also have the NWO version, which gives you everything, just like normal. But the only difference is you get the NWO pack, which will be out for like $15 or like $7 later on. But if you want to get it now, right at launch, there you go. You can get it at launch, which gives you Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, Six, and Kevin Nash. Those are the four. But you also get an Eric Bischoff, which is also playable, so you can play as Eric Bischoff, which is very interesting. And apparently there's also going to be more coming, so there might be more members. But that is also an unknown with the NWO pack. So we told you the price, told you what's in each of them. So now we're going to talk about what else they revealed. So they revealed more stuff about MyGM. This is the main thing I took away from the announcement. 4 new general managers have been added. So you can do possibly 4-player MyGM. Yeah. 4-player MyGM, because there are 4 brands. There's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and NXT UK. Now, people were worried what kind of NXT we were talking about. It is not NXT 2.0. It is normal NXT, which, in retrospect, yes, it is technically outdated, but the key thing is this is the NXT we like. A lot of people don't like NXT 2.0. I'm kind of in the same boat. It's just not for me. There's some young talent, definitely, but it's definitely not a thing that I like. NXT is not good anymore, which is unfortunate because NXT used to be one of my favorite thing about WWE. But if I lose that, which I did, then it's rough. It's rough. So yeah. So basically, that's what's there. And there's actually very interesting. There's 2 other general managers for Raw and SmackDown. If you don't, because the main 2 that they revealed was Sonya Deville and Aiden Pierce. A lot of people don't like those 2. I don't like them either. But now you could pick from Shane McMahon or Stephanie McMahon. Probably gonna go Shane. Probably gonna go Shane if I was picking. But I'm assuming for NXT, maybe William Regal. Yeah, he got released at the worst timing, but the game was already in development at that point. So maybe William Regal is the one to come out. And then for NXT UK, I'm assuming Johnny Saints, because Johnny Saints is the general manager, or that other dude, I forgot his name. But he'll probably be an option. But I'm not sure on that. But those are the 4 brands, and those are the 4 general managers you can pick for those brands. And of course, it will include a draft, which is always nice. And there will also include, of course, your ratings board, how your show did, how your shows did against competition, etc. Now, they did not say about anything online, but looking at everything, I wouldn't be surprised if there is an online feature in some capacity. Like, you can invite your friends to online general manager, which that changes everything for me, because I do general manager with friends anyway. So to do it now together with friends is going to be really interesting going forward, and it's going to help out Universe as well. So that's awesome to hear. Yeah. So then, of course, we also got some information on the My Faction mode, which is what I wouldn't say hoped for, but I kind of knew. It's basically my team from NBA into WWE. You start off with weaker cards like golds and silvers, but then you get better cards when better updates come out. But the thing about My Faction, it's a whole, like, the good thing about it, it's actually modeled. It's not Supercard. There's actual models with the My Faction stuff. It's actually like 3D straight up models. So you're actually getting a little bit worth more, even though I don't know if I'm going to really play My Faction. I'll try it once just to see. But I really don't know if it's going to be worth it, because they said there's going to be like microtransactions and VC. If you can earn VC in the game somehow, then that's okay with me. But if you can't do it, then it's really not worth it. There's no literal worth to it, and there's no traction with it. So it definitely won't work. That's for sure. Next we had My Rise, which of course confirmed My Rise is my career, and My Rise looked very interesting, and I will say that with a straight face, because Not only is it a separate women and men story, it is 50 hours of content. Yes, 50 hours of content. Like, what? 50 hours? For both women and men? So that's like 24 hours each. Something like that. That's a lot. But that's great because it shows that they want to focus on the women's side and not combine it. Because the one issue I had with 2K20, they combined both stories together where you'll have a men's side and you'll have a women's side, but you combine them together. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have the women's as a separate storyline with like girls like Sasha Banks, Asuka, people like that, and then have the men's side with guys like Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, who else? Big E and people like that, So I'm happy they finally split it up and they made it their own separate thing. I'm very excited to see where it goes, and it has a lot of potential. That'll probably be one of the first modes I hop onto. Probably. I'm probably going to do a match first because I want to see how this gameplay is going to look. Because this gameplay is going to be a learning curve. That is all I can say. So yeah, so that's my rise, aka the revamped my career. And for that is all. Oh, there's also something for Xbox Series S and PlayStation people. There's also a cross-generation, what's it called? A cross-generation community creation. Now, what does that mean? A lot of people ask me, what the hell is a cross-gen or a cross-generation or cross-progression? Cross anything is where you can move platforms. So, WWE, in the smart way they did, for 2K especially, they made the community creations one server. So, any creations from PC, Xbox, or PlayStation can be downloaded on the community creation. Let's say someone makes a very cool customization on Xbox, and you want that. In past games, you can get it. You had to have the console. But these days, it's combined into one. So you could straight up get it off the configuration, and it won't glitch, and it'll stay in your roster forever. So that's really cool. I like that. That's a cool feature. Which I really, really, really enjoy. I really like that feature. That's something when I saw that, I was like, that's really cool. That's quite cool. I really enjoy that kind of stuff. So, that I can agree with. And then finally, one more thing. They're finally coming out with roster reveals. They just revealed Bobby Lashley's reveal yesterday. And he got a 91. I think 91 is a fair rating for Bobby Lashley. Because Bobby Lashley was the WWE champion during the pandemic. And he really carried the pandemic. Other than, say, what's his name? Drew McIntyre and Roman. So definitely I think he deserves a 91. I think he's deserved the 91 club for a while. And I'm happy he got a 91. I'm happy about that. And his model looks sick. Oh, that's another thing I also want to take away. The graphics for each character look so good. Roman Reigns looks amazing. Bianca Belair looks even better. What's another woman that's another persistent? The Rock looks awesome. Bobby Lashley looks awesome. Drew McIntyre is finally fixed. He looks so much better than he did at SummerSlam. Like, the difference is crazy insane. Someone took a picture of how Drew looked from then to now. Oh, man, that game looks... I will say this now. If the gameplay is bad, I will at least say at least it's really pretty to look at. But we're not here to focus on that. I'm here to focus on the gameplay. So, my prediction going forward is we're going to continue to get... more information as we go, because the game has already been basically revealed, and pricing and everything like that, So, I've already seen a good chunk, but the one thing I do want to see is straight up gameplay. So basically, 20 minutes of straight up gameplay. That's what I want to see. Or at least 10 minutes. 10 minutes at least, man. So we can at least see how the blocking system works, because YouTubers have already played it. What's his name? Brandon and Vibe already played it. A couple other YouTubers have also played it. So they have an opportunity to tell you how the game is, but we don't know yet because they didn't reveal any gameplay footage. So hopefully we get some gameplay footage in the next coming of weeks. But so far, 2K22 has so much potential to be the best game in the franchise. But it has to be done right. You have the pieces, now put them to work. So I pray 2K gets it right because they lost their group, but they have a brand new set of developers with a brand new director working on the game. So hopefully it'll be able to work. And when we bring back, we will talk about other news going on. We will slip into the sport world. Brian's News Report is sponsored by 2K. And we are back on the news broadcast, and we're going to be talking about sports. This is Brian's Sports Minute. First of all, the AFC and NFC Championships were some of the best games on the NFL schedule. First, we had the Buccaneers taking on the Rams, and look at Tom Brady trying to get the win. And Brady was down at this point. You could see the score. This is the score, 23-3. And Brady has come back from these once, and he almost did. The defense almost came clutch, but Brady couldn't do it himself. His defense, his offensive line collapsed on him, and the Rams move on with a beautiful kick, and they win it. On to the Green Bay Packers and 49ers game. Did not go well for Aaron Rodgers. Got sacked a lot. And the special teams, good lord, the worst special teams I've seen all year long. So bad. Couldn't play any defense. Couldn't tackle anybody. And the kicks, could not get the kicks off. It kept getting blocked every time. So, bad look for the Packers. Absolutely terrible look for the Packers. So, bad luck. And the 49ers get the win by a touchdown by Deebo Samuel. Oh, Deebo, you the man. So they will head to the game. And then finally, two more games. We have the Bengals and the Titans. Another very competitive game. Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times. Yes, 9 times in this game, and somehow still survived. But they get the win thanks to this beautiful throw by Joe Burrow. Hands it off to Joe Mixon. And they put him in position. Titans try to answer back. They get picked off. And then Evan McFarland sends it. And that's the game. Bengals win 19-16. They'll head to the AFC Championship for the first time since 1988. And finally, the game. My game. I'm going to mark it. Stamp of approval. My game of the year. And the game of the night. Bills, Chiefs. This was a straight up shoot fight. This was a battle. Look at Josh Allen using his feet to get to the first down. Then Josh Allen trying to find his targets. He finds Gabriel Davis. Gabriel Davis set a record 4 reception touchdowns in one game. Never been done. Incredible. And again, Gabriel Davis once again. But don't forget Patrick Mahomes. Oh yes, Patrick Mahomes. Basically scoring. Actually scoring. There's a touchdown there. And then, of course, the final beat. Here's the one to Travis Kelce. Contested, no matter. Travis Kelce wins, and the Chiefs will move on to face the Bengals in a week. So that is your AFC Championship. Here are your AFC Championship games. We have the Chiefs and the Bengals, and then we have in prime time the Rams and the 49ers. These two teams, the winners, will go to the Super Bowl. And that was your NFL Sports Minute. It's time for your NBA news story. In NBA news, we're getting closer and closer to the All-Star. The All-Star starters will be revealed on the 27th of January. So in 2 days' time, there will be a special broadcast on TNT before a game. The starters will be revealed because the votes are in. Who's going to make it? Find out. And in other news, trade things are heating up. Firstly, the Lakers are trying to get a package for Kendrick Nunn and THT and a first-round pick, but no one is wanting that offer. Now, people do want THT, but they want him for the right price. But they're not going to take Kendrick Nunn because Kendrick Nunn is hurt. He's in COVID protocols. He has not been healthy, so that is unfortunate. And then, on the 76ers side, Ben Simmons back in the news for the first time in a long time. They want to try to keep Ben Simmons the Sixers and not trade him at the deadline to try to get James Harden. Now, this is probably, and we could put the screen here, this is probably the stupidest news I've ever heard. Why in the hell would the Brooklyn Nets get Ben Simmons in a sign and trade? Because you had the opportunity to do it last year, before Harden got there. You had the opportunity to do it. But did you do it? No, you didn't. You did not do it. So now you look dumb, and now you're trying to get your woes back and try to get Harden. The Nets are not going to get Ben Simmons. Why in the world would the Nets get Ben Simmons when they're trying to compete for a championship with James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie when he plays? What does that tell you? Like, what does that tell you, bro? Like, honestly, do you really think the Nets are going to get Ben Simmons? I don't think any team wants Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has been such a liability and such a trash player. Why would anyone want Ben Simmons? Why? The Sixers are the dumbest organization in the world. So dumb. It makes no sense. So if they think that trade's gonna work, you can try again. Go in the back of the line and try again. Unbelievable. Anyway, so that's the NBA news. And now to the wrestling news. WWE is setting up for the Royal Rumble. Now there's a possible rumor that Ronda Rousey could be coming back for the Women's Royal Rumble. It's reported that WWE has offered a contract to Ronda Rousey to come back to be in the Royal Rumble. Now, we've not heard from Ronda if she's denied the offer or has even talked about the offer, but it is known that Ronda Rousey could be coming back to the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania to fight the winner of Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. So, or possible unification. So we'll find out if that's true. In other WWE news, the Royal Rumble is set. We are under just this week coming up is the Royal Rumble match. It is 30 other men going over the top rope. If both feet touch the floor, you're eliminated. But the Royal Rumble is looking kind of sus this year in my opinion. The women's one looks like hot garbage, but the men's one doesn't look too bad. And a possible chance of a possible forbidden door or a possible return is also likely. So, that being said, the men's one looks intriguing, but the crazy part about it, I'm more excited for the title matches than the Royal Rumble match. That's a little troubling because the main event matches are Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title, which I'll explain why that makes no sense in a second, but the one that makes the most sense that I'm really looking forward to, it's Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. That is something that I'm truly looking forward to. And the people are saying, oh, Biggie got screwed. Biggie had the worst reign in WWE history, so shut the fuck up. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. Fucking Biggie lovers. Anyway. So, back to what I'm saying. Yeah, Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, looking forward to it, and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. But let me explain to you why this Roman Reigns Seth Rollins situation makes zero sense. And I'll try to make sense of it in a second, but it's really hard to. Roman Reigns, the longest reigning Universal Championship officially, and the most dominant Universal Champion in history, is taking on a man who had a great run, Seth Rollins. But he's on Raw. That's bad. That's question mark number one. He's on Raw. Where's the brand split? That's number one. Number two, Seth Rollins was supposed to be getting a Universal title match anyway, but he was on SmackDown. But they never gave it to him. They teased it, but they never gave it to us until now. But why now? Why now out of all places? Why? Because this is the really scary feeling. Seth Rollins wins and beats Roman. Roman goes into a Rumble and wins the Rumble. How does that make any sense though? Because what's the point? Because it's not that I hate Seth Rollins. No disrespect, Seth Rollins. The work that Seth Rollins is doing is excellent. It's some of the best work Rollins has done in a very long time since he became a heel. But like, come on, dude. And Rollins is a heel. He's not a face. You know, he might look like a face, which he is a face in the storyline because he bought Kevin Owens. But other than that, he is a straight up heel if he wins that title. He's not a babyface if he wins that championship. So all I'm saying is, if he wins this match, my mind is going to be fucked because I'm going to be happy Seth Rollins won the Universal Championship, but I'm going to be because Roman just lost all of that momentum. How does Roman recover from that? What, you're going to send him to Raw? You want to send him to Raw? Nah. You ain't going to do that. If you do that, you're stupid. You're desperate at that point. If you're going to bring Roman Reigns to Raw to fight Brock. No. So I'm just warning you now, WWE. If you do this, it's going to be one of the most weirdest things of all time. If it's done. If you pull the trigger and let Roman lose and Seth wins, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. Just keep that in mind. And there's been nothing else on the Royal Rumble that has been announced. And finally, AEW Breach Break. This is looking like a pretty solid show. We have a historic unification ladder match. Sammy Guevara versus Cody Rhodes for the TNT title. It's a unification ladder match, kind of going off the reins of like a Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels style ladder match. It's very old school, and I respect that. So, definitely looking forward to that. We also have Adam Cole, baby, and Orange Cassidy in a lights out match. Cassidy and Adam Cole's first lights out match ever. Should be fun. So, definitely very interesting in that regard. There's no other matches announced yet. I haven't seen any of the matches announced. I'll check the thing. But right now, that's the main two matches. TNT title ladder match. Lights out match. And I just want to say, I think, in my opinion, Johnny Gargano could appear Wednesday night. Yes, he has a child. Yes, he's very busy. But I wouldn't be surprised if he planned it out in his own self and said, I want to come to AEW, I want to fight Adam Cole, I want to fight Malachi Black, I want to fight my old friends. And Tony Khan says, yeah, you can fight my old friends. Just show me you're 100%, and you get your wish. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan plants the seeds and said, yeah, yes, come to my company. Because I said it time and time again. If there are free agents that I'm looking at, I would have said more women, because the women's roster, it's not bad necessarily, it's actually very good. You just need a few more free agents to fill it out, make them more star power, you know? But other than that, right, the men's would be awesome, because you can get Johnny Gargano and Keith Lee. Yes, I said that right, Keith Lee. Keith Lee is contract ready to be expired to hit the market. He is this close from getting a contract. And if that's a man that's on the free agency market, I say that's the first person you go for. If Johnny Gargano's not available, you go for Keith Lee. Because Keith Lee is a fucking star. Wherever he goes, and like I said before, if he goes to Impact, if he goes to NWA, if if he goes to wherever he goes, Keith Lee is a star, regardless of where he goes. Keith Lee is an athletic big man, 300 plus pounds, that can run like a cruiserweight. Dude is like on steroids. So if WWE can't get him right, which is so easy to book, then I think AEW will get him right. Like, he is future world championship material and a great challenge for Adam Hangman Page. Just say. So, but that's my thoughts on AEW Beach Break. It's looking like a great show. Looking forward to it. And time for some downer news. Wah, wah. I'm going to call this the underwhelming segment. The most underwhelming thing this weekend was GCW at the Hammerstall Ballroom, World of GCW. Now, was there some great matches, which I watched? Yes, there were some great matches. Blake Christopher's Leo Rush, a banger. Solid 6-man tag with Bandino. The Matt Cardona and Joey Janela. Wild, but yet awesome. Those stuff were great. But the main, underwhelming, ladder match, did not like it all. And the rest of the matches were kind of just meh. But like I said, it's not all bad. Just super underwhelming. And I felt bad because doing wrestling at the Hammerstall Ballroom is a dream to me. Doing an extreme style pay-per-view at a Hammerstall Ballroom where ECW was born is a dream. So for them to get that right, or get that wrong, I should say, it's unfortunate. So that will be my underwhelming show of the day. And finally, quick little, and the final segment, movie Hollywood update. So these are the movies that are coming out in a few months. Firstly, we have Uncharted in February, hosted with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg as Sully. Very weird combo, but we'll see where it goes. Next, we have the DC's first film of the year, Batman, with Robert Pattinson, Catwoman, Riddler, Cobblepot, and many more. This movie looks like an absolute banger for DC. I hope it delivers. This movie is supposed to be 3 hours long. That's definitely enough time to give you a banger. So I hope it's good. Looking forward to that film. Next up, in April, we have Morpheus. Now you're wondering, oh, I thought Morpheus was supposed to come out this month. Well, actually, yes it was. But Morpheus got moved back due to more delays. This film is not looking too hot. We'll see where it goes. And my most anticipated film of the year, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse. Oh my god, Marvel has hit it out of the park once again. Another banger film coming out. Oh my god, Doctor Strange looks so good. I watched it after the Spider-Man. If you didn't watch Spider-Man, spoiler alert, which I feel like you should already. They showed it at the third post-credit scene, the whole trailer that was posted a couple weeks later. That thing looks amazing. Wanda Maximoff, the multiverse, learning about it, possibilities of crossovers. It just looks so good. And it looks like Doctor Strange's film is about to be something crazy. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be in May. That's in May. Now, some of the Disney and HBO shows. HBO right now, Peacemaker is on right now. 2 episodes to 3 episodes have been already posted. And there's going to be another episode posted every Thursday, which is coming up in 2 days. Moon Knight coming out in March. That's going to be quite a movie. Quite a series. It's going to be 6 episodes long. And it's going to be very long interval episodes. And it's going to have so much potential. I love Moon Knight. Moon Knight is one of the underrated characters in the whole Doctor Strange kind of verse. And it's very interesting to see where Moon Knight goes to Disney Plus. It looks really cool though, very interesting. Looking forward to it. And of course, right now, Boba Fett, which another episode is coming out tomorrow, which I'm enjoying. Boba Fett. Boba Fett's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to finishing that off, and then once that's done, which I think it's said is like 6 episodes long, I think it said. Once those episodes are done, we'll see what's next for Star Wars. And finally, here are some video game releases that you'll need to know. Coming up now, in the beginning of February, Dying Light. Very, very close. I've already pre-ordered mine. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a fantastic game that's going to hold me over. Then we have Horizon Forbidden West in the middle of February. Also looks very good. February 15th, I believe, is the date. Looks amazing. Looking forward to play Horizon. Nothing at the end of February, and then finally, of course, beginning of March 11th, or March 8th if you're pre-ordering it, WWE 2K22, which is going to be my most interesting, hopefully very good launch for the game. I hope the game is run smooth. I hope the game launches well. I hope I have no issues at launch. I'll be very pissed if I have any issues at launch. So that is going to do it. Well, what a time we had. Thank you for the debut episode of Brian's News Alert. I'm Brian Benincourt, signing off. Goodbye, and enjoy your day. You've been watching Brian's News Alert. Thank you for watching.